Hello.
Hey, what's up, Vito?
How's my audio?
You sound great. You look great, too.
That's not true. Don't fucking lie to me!
Just give me 1 second. We'll get you on screen.
What is this, the Three Homeless Guys stream?
Welcome to Johnny Homeless's methamphetamine adventure.
How you doing, Vito?
Johnny Homeless, and I lost my legs to fentanyl.
I thought you were going to say something different.
I'm doing good.
That's the noise of someone who's doing good.
I've made a lot of mistakes.
What mistakes have you made
10,
recently?
Yeah, the 10 most recent ones.
I agreed to, I'm trying to set up a complicated deal where a guy is going to trade me an original PlayStation 1 Toys R Us kiosk for a limited edition 30th anniversary PlayStation PS5 Pro console. But I don't have a limited edition PS5 Pro console, so I've been on Facebook Marketplace trying to wheel and deal so I can trade to another guy. Because something's broken inside of me.
Are you? Here's the most important PlayStation question to me. Are you a Croc Legend of the Gobos guy?
I love me some Gobos.
Yep.
So
I almost, you know what I love a little more than some Gobos though is I love. Have you ever seen this little guy, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger? Oh my god, what is this little goof up to?
What is that game about?
Well, let's find out. Everyone's favorite hero from Down Under returns in an all-new Australian adventure. He's got to take back the Outback and stop the evil boss Cass and his menacing uber reptiles. And then there's a kangaroo riding a mech suit on the bag. Maybe this is fun.
It looks like fun. It looks like
It kind of looks like fun.
It looks like a little kid's game, but it looks like fun.
At this point, like, they didn't make a lot of, like, the GameCube print runs were not that high because not a lot of people had GameCubes, right?
I was going to say, are there even that many mature titles that came out on the PlayStation 1?
On the GameCube, on the PS1? I don't know.
Either one.
Yeah, but, so yeah, if I see, like, a $12 GameCube game, I'll be like, yeah, I want that.
I don't know what's happening. There was everything doubled for a second. I think it might be just Video Ninja, but I don't know if it was just for me or if it was for everybody else. Anyway,
everything sounds normal on my end. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the most embarrassing show. Let's play the intro and let's get the show started.
All right.
Revisiting the things they'd rather forget. Laughs and Mondays, it's all fair game on the show where fun and fringe are met. Oh, it's the most embarrassing show. Every moment's a chance to blow. With incidentally in the spotlight. You reach for the good, bad, oh, when it's sight.
Welcome to the most embarrassing show. I am John from JonBreaksBadNews. I'm joined here by my co-host, SirSeatSitter, Chris from Abs and a Six Pack, shitmyass.com. And we have our guest here tonight, Vito Gesualdi from the podcast, The Biggest Problem in the Universe.
Yeah! We're fucking doing it!
Very happy to have you here tonight, man. I got to tell you, I've been a fan of yours since you were introduced on the Dick Show from like the first episode that you were on there when you were talking about vaping Belle Delphine's bath water.
Thank you. That was a good. That was a good introduction to the audience, I guess.
I'm a big fan of the
who's this
the
goof?
peanut salesman, popcorn and peanut salesman at
Man,
Berkeley.
That was a good bit. That was a
The-
fun
It was.
bit.
Passing out Pepsis at that riot. That was
No,
good.
there's like an alternate universe where I figured out how to make money doing that, and then could keep doing it, but that didn't happen, sadly. Capitalism is the enemy of true art.
Speaking of capitalism, Super Killer, which may or may not be coming out at some point in our lifetimes, I have a pre-ordered tentacle porn edition of that.
Oh, nice!
Which I'm very excited for.
That's my comic book, what do you call it? It's like an art installation, you know. It's like the idea of like, what if I made a comic book
would have came out.
Yeah, what like not we're not gonna make a comic book, but it's like what if we were gonna like what would that look like, you know?
What would
On a conceptual level, what would that look like? What would that feel like? It's kind of like a cerebral, you know, installation. You got to think about it a little bit.
It would be really, really funny if this was just like an art.
I'm expecting.
It's like, what if you gave me money, you know, for a comic book? How would that feel? What emotions would be involved in that, you know, sphere, right? Because you're not
expecting to get
a comic book, but you're getting the idea
getting
of
the
like
experience of
buying
expecting
a
a comic
comic book, right? Exactly.
My comic book is going to come in the mail. This is what I have envisioned. What I'm planning on happening. My comic book is going to come in the mail. It's going to have a real nice, sleek cover to it, and I'm going to open it up, and it's going to be a one-page IOU.
It's going to be all blank pages. On each one is a picture of me with a little tear, like a flip book.
Yeah, just crying.
And then at the end, I'm flipping you off.
And then it
surrounded
just
by
turns to
cash.
sand in your hands.
Exactly, it's a one-time thing. And when you open the last page, it's a striking strip. It ignites the comic, and it sets on fire.
Burns your house down.
And then there's a little audio little chip I put in there that goes, "Thank you," as it slowly fades away. That's what I want to make.
So,
but I'm also making a comic book. Yeah.
We've talked about like your heyday of some content creation, some of the coolest stuff that you've done.
Yeah.
Vaping Belle Delphine's bathwater.
Annoying Antifa.
Annoying Antifa.
Annoying Netflix.
Yeah, annoying Netflix. That was a big one. And then also, you know, like your current podcast with Dick Masterson, The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Which is you know, doing gangbusters right now, right?
People enjoy the podcast. I don't know why. I mean, I like the podcast.
It's a good podcast.
But I have bad taste. So like, I was always convinced like anything I like must be shit.
Guess what, Vito?
But apparently people
nobody
like
has good taste.
Podcast. I guess so. Yeah.
No, it's everybody has the worst taste imaginable. That's why I have 1.5 million followers on TikTok.
You're killing it. We're all killing it.
Rushing it.
I like good banter, and that show has good banter.
It does.
Honestly, the one thing I wish for that show is I wish we had. I was a big Howard Stern fan, and he had that whole office full of like doofuses to like pull in and rip on. I'm like, I would have so much fun if we had more guys to banter with. But luckily, me and Dick do pretty good fighting with each other.
Yeah, it's definitely my it's in my 3 don't ever miss an episode weekly listens.
Wow, thanks, man.
Yes, I agree.
That's crazy to me, but I love it.
We're here to cover some embarrassing content from your past and John's and I's past as well. We won't make you be the only one, but
yeah.
Did you bring anything in particular for us today?
Man, so here's the thing: is I was like looking, I'm like, there's so much stuff, right? So much bad stuff that I have made. A lot of it was lost. Honestly, I had a hard drive crash. I lost a lot of weird writing that was embarrassing and bad. And also, I don't know where to find half my stuff on YouTube. I don't know where the fuck it went. But before the show, I said, I wonder if I can find any of the videos we used to make on public access. And I have no idea who UltraVod is. Somebody with 58 subscribers somehow found what must be a VHS rip of one of our old public access videos and put it on YouTube a year ago. I was not aware of this. So this is Eddie, Andy, and Jer were three high school guys I knew. They were the established troupe. You know, I joined on after the fact, so I didn't get my name on the masthead, but I'm gonna claim I was a pretty integral figure. I'm gonna claim I was more integral than Andy, who just made all the gay claymation. He's actually a really fantastic animator. But this was in high school. This is 2004, and I was skipping around, and this does include our buddy cop comedy, Fat and Fat, about two fat detectives who are and I think here at so this is Fat and Fat, the wrap up where we talk about the making of Fat and Fat.
Okay.
And you get to see young Gesualdi, which I think is a treat. And this is
so we're
how
not
I
gonna
wasted.
watch Fat and
This
Fat.
is why I didn't. Well, you can try and find Fat's in there, but it's not like
It's not
it's
right.
not good.
It's not
It's
right before the
here,
end of this.
No, it's like scattered throughout. It's like
Oh,
this is
okay.
like a mix of things.
Quick
hit
production
play.
note here, though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the chat's saying that Vito's echoing real bad, and I don't hear it on my end. But am I echoing? Like, can we figure that out real quick?
Yeah,
Am
let's.
I playing through anyone's speaker right now?
No, I, you know what it is? I think it's just this fucking program. Let me try one thing and then.
Let me know if I'm echoing, chat, please.
Test 1 1 2.
There you go. That sounds much better.
Oh, from me?
Yeah, I just muted
Okay.
you and unmuted you. I don't know
Cool.
if you did anything on your end.
This part will stand alone. Just play this part.
Okay, sounds good. I love the slow
Adobe
intro.
Premiere. This might be after Final Cut. They're all using Final Cut back then. Oh yeah! And they spelled rap party wrong, which is great.
like it's a rap party.
And here's the thing. Pause. You want to say that's like a joke, like on purpose? No. The guy who did the title cards can't spell, and he literally thought it was rap party. R.A.P. All right.
I could go for a rap party.
This is Eddie, who played Senior Fat, the lead fat detective.
Got it.
Fat rap party. Okay. We're here today to talk about an important issue. Fat and Fat's publicity.
Now, you may have seen the movie with your friends, had a couple of laughs, but we're here to show you the behind the scenes and what really happened on the set.
It was pretty
Can
crazy.
you pause this for a second?
And we had a lot of
This is giving me big Windows 94, like Bill Gates and his friends on stage vibes.
Like a keynote address.
You can tell I'm like an improv master already. Like I'm nailing it. We already know what to say.
It also feels like what's that show on the
Adult
Tim
Swim?
Hyde? Yeah, Adult Swim. The
Tim
Hyde.
Hyde, awesome show, great job.
Yeah.
I really wish I had that Tim Heidecker stuff hit right around the same time as all this, and I really should have got on that wave and just learned video editing quicker. Could have been a part of all the fun.
They're saying the insane echoing is happening.
Is
still,
back
so I don't
again?
know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Did it leave for a second and come back?
It seems like there's some kind of loop. You got two inputs going into the same OBS.
Let me see.
It's doubled up.
My speakers are off. Test 1. Let me see if do I have two microphones?
Whatever it is, it's not coming through on my end at all. So
Audio source. How? Okay, I don't think that's going to change anything.
Well, Lissa's saying it's not that bad, so I'll just ignore the chat. Maybe they're messing with me.
Test 1 1 2. Test 1 1 2. I mean, can you just rewind it like 20 seconds? You have it like streaming live to hear if they're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow Vito's input is coming through twice, John. That's what it is.
Let me try leaving and coming back. Can you just rewind it like 20 seconds? You have it like streaming live to hear if they're crazy.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not terrible, but it's there, definitely there. I just checked it, and it.
If it's audible, then what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Test 1 1 2. I have no idea. I've never had a problem with that. So.
No, I think you're good. Hold on.
You guys would hear it. How could it be going out twice? You have it doubled up twice?
I hear it. I don't know why. I don't know how it's not being heard by you guys. But keep talking.
Are you sending out top audio as your microphone audio?
Am I sending out? No, it should just be my mic should be isolated. I think it's just a quirk in this fucking program.
What my guess is when you have
test 1 1 2.
You can separately select each guest's input right into the OBS. So I'm assuming somehow Vito's is coming in there twice, or like his is coming in solo plus from the mainstream. That's my guess.
Well, I have audio output destination, but that's only for me.
I just only have desktop sound from you guys coming in. That's it. Like, I don't have different audio tracks for you guys. And it's gone now.
Oh, they're saying it's good on Twitch. So,
the echo's gone. It's good on Twitch.
Let's just not. I won't worry about it. I won't bring it up again. I'll stop looking at the chat. Sorry.
Well, hopefully it's salvageable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
Echo cancellation is on now. I think that might be why. There we go. All right, I think I fixed it.
All right. So back to the rap party.
Yeah.
Wacky hijinks, didn't we, Eddie?
Yeah, remember that time?
I suggest you leave, you fat motherfuckers.
Fat! Shoot the bitch!
I can't. I'm in love.
Oh man, you can see my track
Your
pants.
jurisdiction, fat and fat.
Yeah!
Now I really
The
like
smile.
the scene because I was really aroused. Eddie.
I was really aroused.
That's funny.
Oh man, this is the problem that we run into with every episode of this show so far, is that the stuff is actually funny and it makes us laugh, and it's hard to.
I mean, it's funny, but like, it's funny to like look at this stupid. Like, I look ridiculous, you know.
You look so young.
I know. I think I mean, I must be like 16 here.
Damn. All right, let's keep going.
He's a great man to work with, and he's very handsome, you know. And I might say he turned me sort of a little gay there. But, you know, I got a big boner in my pants for that scene. It just came out feeling pretty right. And I think that definitely helped me with my motivation for the scene.
I was hiding behind the crate for some reason.
What you reading, Fat?
Just the newspaper.
So what's the news, Fat?
Same old, Junior. Death, destruction, rape, murder, homicide, hermaphrodite, suicide. Every day is a headline, but it's always the same.
We also did several
I'm sorry,
videos in cemeteries.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I think if I hadn't got that helicopter, Lupe would still be alive today. Lupe! Don't worry, Lupe! There's lots of agua on your compound!
Blowing out audio is a feature of much of this video.
Don't tell yourself that. It wasn't your fault.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. All I know is we're down one good officer.
Kids don't make this kind of stuff anymore, huh?
I
There's no
first met
TikToks.
Chris in a gay strip club.
No, it's
He wasn't
it's a
one of the
miracle
strippers,
if you
of course. He
find
was a
anybody
janitor.
under the
He
age
was-
of 20 that makes a video longer than 60 seconds.
Yeah.
No, everything is short form content, and none of it has any narrative or anything like that. It's
Oh
just
my
like,
God, it's a tragedy now that I think about it.
it's
The
just
kids
look
are
at this
not-
product that I bought.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. They just go, oh my God, look at these new Shopkins. Let's open some Pokemon cards. Watch me play Subway Surfers. It's like, why don't you guys write a story? Jesus, man.
It's really depressing, actually.
Yeah. See,
No one's gonna know what it's like to have an actual physical camcorder. Everybody
No.
that has their phones.
No one knows about sitting in the AV club waiting for your mini DV tape to encode.
Yeah.
I still got a bunch of mini DV tapes in my closet that I, at some point, need to digitize. About 15 years ago, I went to a Sonic the Hedgehog convention, and I was asking all these autistic kids why Sonic's the best character.
You have this on
And,
video?
Yeah, I have this on video, and I'm pretty sure that tape is gold, and I keep going, I gotta find a way to get that mini DV tape. And it's just a bunch of autistic kids going, he's real fast! Sonic's real fast! he's the fastest guy! I'm like, all right, cool. Well,
What
thanks
year
for
was
talking
this?
to us. This was at Comic-Con back in like 2010, so it's like 15 years old now.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was just like, tell me about Sonic. He's just the fastest guy you'll ever see. I'm like, all those kids are great.
They hated the new movie because Sonic wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, they're
Is that-
probably like, Sonic's faster than that.
Is that
Sonic
true?
can jump higher than that. I bet so.
I watched those movies. I thought they
Sonic
were
wouldn't
good.
be friends with black people. I know Sonic. Wait,
My
what
kid-
was that last one?
My kids like those movies. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, why do you, dude? It's like, it seems like young kids for some reason like form this attachment to Sonic that I'm like, but why? What about that character appeals to you?
I did. I love the attitude. You know. When I was a kid, I really I thought he was like very cool. I wanted to be like him.
It is true that like it's weird that Mario has endured as such a character because Mario is not cool.
No, there's nothing cool about I always thought like when I was a kid, I always thought Mario was fucking lame. I was like, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything like mean.
He got no attitude.
Yeah.
He just like does a lot of that. Woohoo! Ah!
My
He's like Mickey
introduction,
Mouse.
because I was late into video games other than PC, was what I started on. So when I got my first GameCube, I got Shadow the Hedgehog. And that lasted about 2 days in my house before Mom threw it away because every time he got hurt, he would go, damn it.
Damn it.
Not allowed. Yeah.
And he was shooting real guns.
Yeah. Too edgy. Well, we were a pro-gun household, but an anti-damn-it household.
Damn it.
So
Let's
yeah,
just wrap this. We almost got like a minute left on this.
Okay.
I was washing the toilets down, and I asked, like, are you one of those guys who will suck my dick for $5 in the stall? And he says, no, but I can start.
Yeah, the strip club thing. Janitoring was not my repertoire of skills, and mopping up the jism from the floors, not the proudest moment of my life. Day after day, sticky wads of white liquid on my hands, and my pants were ruined. Every time, waiting to be puddled.
The earnesty of the.
Here comes Eddie, asking me if I'll suck his dick for $5. And I told him, nope, but I can start.
Can I make a point here right now? So
yeah,
All
absolutely.
that was true.
So this aired on public access in a small town of like normal people.
How did you get this to air?
Because I think public access literally can't tell you no. I think part of the rules of public access is like, you know, as long as it's like a free speech like
Yeah,
law.
there's still
like-
FCC, right?
I guess, but like talking about jizz, I don't think goes
You know what?
too far over the line.
You said dick. Why don't it?
You might be.
Because we had Channel 14 in a small town in Tennessee, similar thing, and we weren't allowed to say anything like that.
I remember though, like I think maybe it was just Massachusetts, because I think in Massachusetts, like you could get fucking naked if you wanted to in front of the camera. I think like a lady would like paint her body naked, and they're like, well, she has free speech right to do it or something.
I
It was
remember.
weird.
I remember
Where are the Bible bills?
as a kid. Well, not like I was like probably like 14 years old, and I was flipping through the channels, and I want to say it was a public access channel, but I could be wrong. It could have been just like I was getting really good scrambled porn for a minute.
Yeah.
And it was just two ladies laying on a bed, and they were just fondling each other's boobs.
And it might have been public access.
And I'm pretty sure that was a public access show. And I was just flipping through the channels. I saw it, and then I did not stop watching it.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules were, but I know that at one point there was a letter to the editor complaining about us specifically. And it's very I think they might have been complaining about this bit. I'm pretty sure that there was, I should find it. There's like letter to the editor in the local paper, and it's like, I turned on my TV and there's a fat little kid talking about mopping up jizz and sucking cock.
Dude, yeah,
I'm sure they put it in words that you can print in the paper, but they're like very upset. And I remember we're like, I feel like that's the best victory we can take out of this. Is
How-
piss somebody off so much that they wrote to the paper about it.
How do you not have that pinned up on your wall?
I know. I don't know how I lost that. I think my mom might have saw it. She's like, "What the fuck are you filming with those guys?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Now, while we're still on this freeze frame here, this makes me think of a question. Did you have similar things when you were kids filming videos like we did, where some old lady, like for example, in one of these windows up here, would see what you guys are doing, pointing the gun, and call the police on you? Because that happened to us a couple times. We were filming something at the library. Somebody got fake hit with a 2x4, and then like all of a sudden we're surrounded by cops.
A bunch of cops roll up. I think one time we were like, setting shit on fire for a cool shot, and then the fucking fire truck rolls up, and they're like, "Hey, you guys can't be lighting that fire." We're like, "Hey, man, we're artists, bro. We can light all the fires we want, and this movie's gonna light a fire in your fucking heart." And like, put it out with the snow, you idiot kids. And they're like, "All right, fine."
I remember we used to do a backyard wrestling show, and we would film it.
Oh, nice.
And I wish I had some of the tapes, but I don't have any of them anymore. But there was like one time where I was getting stomped out in my front yard by a couple of the guys, and his lady drove by, and she stuck her head out her window, and she goes, "Hey, you stop doing that to him!" And I just was on the ground. I was like, "No, it's okay. We're wrestling."
That's pretty good. There's a great those Lonely Island guys. Remember they're from SNL?
Yeah.
They have a clip of when they were making like college films. They filmed like a fake mugging, and fucking what's the guy from 24? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah,
Is that his name?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland rips over to the side of the road and jumps out of his Porsche. He's like, "You leave that old lady alone." And they're like, no, dude, you're obviously you're in LA. Like, obviously 3 white kids are not beating up an old lady. He's like, "Oh, my bad."
I love how Kiefer Sutherland is staying in character at all times.
Yeah, right. You got to say that would be pretty cool if you're like, "Wow, Kiefer Sutherland will, like, almost kick my ass." That's awesome. The Keef.
That is a great screenshot right there that you paused it on.
Yeah, I love that you don't even take the time to like file down the orange barrel or paint it black or anything. You're like, none of this matters.
It's a suspension of disbelief.
You shot Lupe!
You ain't got nothing on me, copper.
Put the gun down, fat.
No, you put the gun down, agent bitch.
Constructing the film that would later become Fat and Fat, I first thought of the DP, because the DP is really the most important part of any project. That's called the director's prick, actually, if you didn't know. Oswald Badruzaman is most famous director's prick in the field.
He's nailing it.
And he brought
One
I would
take-
say,
one take it.
certain flavor.
Oh,
kind of a
that was my
vinaigrette
motto,
to
dude.
the
One
entire
take, one and
film.
done takes.
One and done.
I wouldn't have been able to convince my friends to keep going if I made them do 2 or 3.
That's true. You can't do multiple takes.
No, they would have been done.
The deadpan is perfect. Like you just
Yeah,
the director's prick, and he just didn't break at all.
The director's prick.
It's perfect.
This guy Oswald, I wonder if any of his old videos are up. This guy would have been the biggest YouTube star ever if YouTube existed like 2 years prior to
you
when
were
it
talking
did.
about on Biggest Problem about how he would frame kids by putting
library books in their bags. He was doing all the prank videos before prank videos were a thing. So he'd be in the school library and had one of those beepers when you go through it, like, you know, that tells you that the kid's trying to steal a library book because you didn't scan it. And he was taking those giant dictionaries that are like 1 million fucking pages long and stuffing them in kids' book bags. And you're like, how'd that kid not notice his backpack weighs 1 million pounds? And he'd walk through and the thing would beep. And Oswald would jump out from behind a shelf and go, I saw him stealing books. I saw him. He's trying to steal books again. And the librarian would be like, let me see what's in your backpack. Oh, man. I wish I could find some of that guy's old videos, but I don't know. Now he's making art. Anyway, he's about to show up in this.
The way he lights a scene is the way people do things well.
How much do you guys weigh? You shouldn't mess with Carlos. He's in the witness protection program.
You guys are protecting that scumbag?
Yeah, that scumbag is my baby's daddy.
Just constantly.
The banana was great.
Permission denied.
So, how did you come up with all the ideas that you contributed to this film?
I didn't.
Well, you must have worked very closely with the director.
No.
Any involvement, camera work, lighting, special effects?
Nope.
Why is this guy here? What did you do?
You want to know what I did?
What did you do? I can't work with these people!
I think you're about to find out.
Oh, shit!
Oh God, my testicles! My testicles! It's going on! Ah, I feel like no.
We did not script this at all. He literally just grabbed my balls really hard.
They call that the claw.
So he actually grabbed him, or just
I was not expecting that, and I don't know what happened to this footage because I don't remember it looking this shitty. But this VHS transfer is killing it.
Oh man!
I almost thought they put in an effect on it to make it look
I thought
cool.
they deep fried it.
No, man. Like I remember it just looking normal. I don't know what's happening. Maybe they did. I think that's a wrap on Fat. And this is a bunch of
nice
artificial
Good.
nonsense.
I enjoyed Fat and Fat's rap party.
I enjoyed that.
Well,
a
there's a lot of nonsense on here. Again, this was what high school was like, man. Just being bored, dumb art kids, causing trouble.
While we're on school-related high school stuff, John, let me see if I can. Where's it?
Oh,
yeah, here we go. I got a 3-minute. So we talked about this last time with Pink Trip, the fast motion lotion.
yeah.
But this is
yeah.
the actual school project we had to do, and after you see this, maybe you can both guess what grade we got on this school project.
Okay.
We had to come up with a product for English class. I think it was English 2 for some reason. They're like, you need to market a product.
I miss my English videos, man. This is gonna be good.
This was
all the AV kids are always like, "Can I do my project as a video?" It's like, "Yeah, sure," and then you just make something completely unrelated.
and well, yeah. God, this.
All right, I'm
It's
just
something else.
I'm gonna let this play for a second.
Are you an elderly person in need of moving faster? Are you a hip young person who isn't doing so hot with the ladies? Perhaps severe constipation is clogging up your sinuses. At any rate, you should try Fast Motion Lotion. It's clinically proven to help you do things faster. Just check out these testimonials. Okay, well, I was eating pudding and I wanted to eat it a lot faster, so I bought this Fast Motion Lotion from this guy in a cowboy hat, and yeah, I started eating really fast, and it got all up in my face and nose and stuff, and it really, it worked, but it didn't feel good at all.
It was great using Fast Motion Lotion when I ran track the other day. I ran a 3:52 in 5/7 and a 9/16 and an 8. But that wasn't nearly half of it. At first, like everybody, I was skeptical about using Fast Motion Lotion, but then I took some and immediately felt the need to wear some sweatpants. And as soon as I put them on, I felt the need to run, and I did. And I ran fast, and I ran hard. I ran like I'd never run before, like I had wings on my butt. It was a strange sensation, but I soon grew to like it. And now, I use Fast Motion Lotion for everything I do, including running, cooking, sleeping, and other things I won't mention.
Well,
You got a good way of talking.
This is not a good way of talking.
No.
Oh yeah, I think the premise was he wanted to poop quicker than he normally pooped.
What are you doing in here? How would you like to try this Fast Motion Lotion? You seemed a little stopped up. Does it work? Oh, heck yeah, it does. You'll be pooping faster, and you can say pooping faster. All right!
Oh my god.
Can you pause it for 1 second? Just going right here, what grade would you say we made on this?
B, maybe? I mean, we gotta
A plus. So that's the
no.
thing too. Anytime there was a video assignment, if you could do the minimal amount of video,
Yeah, well, that's the
which
thing, is
nobody
like-
else could do, everybody was like, "All right, A." It didn't matter what the content was.
I mean, I guess I should have said A plus because it's like a teacher goes, "Well, they took the time to make a fucking video." I
Yeah,
might as
everybody
well."
else, it was like no editing. You know,
The point is, like in American high school, it's like, well, at least you did something.
Yeah,
You got
exactly.
A for that.
yeah.
It'll have you moving faster before this redneck can come up with a coherent sentence.
See, back when I was hunting the possum with Cousin Jill, man, everybody was go back talking NASCAR, all this stuff, and nobody knew what was going on half the time, because, man, everybody talking about getting corn dogs and all this crap, and nobody even knew nothing was going on, but everything was just stupid, and everybody just said, get it done all the time.
A Fast Motion Lotion! You'll be crying for more! Let's see what this guy has to say about Fast Motion Lotion.
I love it!
He loves it! Side effects may include...
Holy shit.
Side effects may include nausea, explosive diarrhea, excessive pain of blood, random outbursts of profanity, spastic blinking, reverse constipation, intestinal seepage, spontaneous contact
now you can speak
also
fast.
excessive hair loss. Fast Motion Lotion. Speed that isn't a drug.
That was. Oh, no! Don't please not again. That was
You know
was
what?
actually
You know what
worse
they-
than I
Did you
remembered
guys-
it being.
Did you guys have an AV? Did you guys have an AV class, or did you just learn all this yourself?
I had self-taught. I mean, so this was
Yeah.
made for our homeschool co-op. Actually, I did some public school stuff too, in private school, but this was homeschool co-op. So
Oh shit!
I was
wait.
gonna say I want to go back to my AV class and be like, listen, you got to teach these kids how to fix the audio, like
Yeah.
how to apply some fucking filters, because that fluorescent hum, you can hear that fluorescent light hum.
Yep.
Eh,
Yep.
How do you get rid of
infuriating
that?
now. I think you run a
Noise gate or
yeah. Well, you can isolate
noise
what
removal.
frequency it's at, so you can just play around with the EQ, and wherever that hum is occurring, whatever frequency it's occurring at, just kind of knock that out a little bit. I mean, you can also put like a super high pass or low pass filter on it, but then you're gonna knock out a lot of extra stuff too.
That was at least twice as bad as I remembered that being, though, that Fast Motion Lotion commercial. I knew it was bad, but
Man, the one I think it's on YouTube and I can't find it. At one point, me and my buddies made like a short Vietnam War parody, and that's the one video that if I could ever find it, I would be so happy. It's like our buddies. We didn't have a straw picker hat for the Asian kid. It was Korean. He wasn't Vietnamese. So we gave him the plastic top to an Ewok village playset, which kind of looks like a straw picker hat. So he's firing the gun and he's holding this plastic Ewok village on top of his head. And that was our one Vietnamese soldier.
Speaking of actions with hats, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've been scratching the top of my hat as if that's doing anything. And I just noticed it, seeing the YouTube replay, I was like, why am I scratching the top of my hat? So
we come across a small trail in the woods, and my buddy, who is like really fun. You know, remember those kids who were really funny and you're mad they didn't like go into like comedy or acting or anything and just became like lawyers and shit?
Yep.
I had this one buddy who's really funny. There's like a little trail. He just points and he goes, "Oh, look, there's the fucking Ho Chi Minh Trail." And it's just like a little path through the woods. You're like, that's not the Ho Chi Minh Trail at all. Just a good line.
Yeah, I had some friends back when we were making these videos, the ones that weren't for school, that were just killers at like they were just kings of improv, especially for being 14, 15, 16 years old. I mean, I couldn't believe how good they were just off the cuff.
There needs to be a YouTube search engine that will only find videos that are like at least 12 years old. And I just want to go through and find all the weird like high school projects just like weird shit that's just sitting out there that like you cannot find in search anymore.
Can you use like the archive.org or Wayback?
I don't know. I don't know how you would like,
for...
but they don't have the search engines intact, I don't think, because they don't have the database to search, you know? You have to have like a specific URL. Somebody should be like curating old YouTube videos, like ones that no one ever found, because there's some stuff out there that's good.
There's a lot of stuff out there that like should be preserved and should be like people should have watched it.
You can search apparently before year on YouTube, so if you put before : 2010, it'll find that.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that works. It seems like anytime I search on here, oh yeah, it's finding old stuff. Okay. Interesting. But it's still finding like movie trailers and stuff. I want to find like weird kids nonsense.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to search by lowest view count too. Because that's
that's what I want. I want like really weird videos that only got like 60 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, on shitmyass.com lately, when I bring content in for if it's relevant to the topic at hand of the episode, I try to find something that has less than 100 views on it. It's kind of a goal.
So
it's always.
You wrote a book, right?
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, when you said you wanted to talk about old stuff, I was like, well, maybe we could talk about this book.
Do you want to read a little bit of it?
Oh man, I should have thought about which part to read. I think I was going to tell kind of the history of this book, maybe a little bit.
All right, why don't you do that, and then I have some old poetry that I could read, and then we can like call that the rest of the show.
Yeah. All right. So I sent you an image that might be. I don't know if this is actually helpful. Let me see. So yeah. This is nonsense. So when I was in high school, I came up with this idea for I was like, I want to do like a movie about two kids who blow up their high school. I'm like, that would be cool. And now looking back, well, that's a stupid idea. That's like some typical teenage bullshit. But then I took it like really seriously, and I had to get like really complicated. And then it ended up kind of taking over my life for a period of about 10 years.
This sounds like the kind of thing that gets you kicked out of a high school. This guy's writing a manifesto about how to blow up his own high school.
Well, that was kind of the problem, was like, all right, but here's the thing, is like, you know how like the Hunger Games is like, hey, what if teenagers were terrorists? You're like, well, that would be cool. They're like, yeah, but you got to set it, and you can't set it in America. It's got to be set in like a future dystopia. And I was like, well, no, it should just be the kids are terrorists, but it's in America, and they're trying to destroy America. So the cringe part of this is that I wasted 10 years writing this, and it went nowhere, and I obsessed over it like to an insane amount. And then I lost half of it in like a hard drive crash. I just found this on my computer. I didn't know I still had this. Is the timeline that I had set up. Some of this shit doesn't even make sense to me anymore. But basically, it was set. Where is it set? It's set in the year like 2050, and America has become a completely lockdown isolationist state that has not had a terrorist incident since 10 years. There was a failed American Revolution where they tried to destroy the 2 data centers that filter and censor all internet traffic, but they only bring down one of them. So because they couldn't destabilize the entire grid, America was able to put down the insurrection. So basically, these 2 kids are growing up and they realize World War III is about to start because the president or the guy who's going to become, well, basically World War III is like right on the doorstep, and there's a guy who's running for president, and he's basically Harrison Ford meets Tom Cruise. He's like an insane secret Scientologist. Nobody knows he's like a secret Scientologist, but he's like secretly the leader of this science fiction cult that believes Star Wars is real. And they think Star Wars is an accurate retelling of the previous universal instance, which ended with the complete destruction of the universe.
This sounds kind of awesome.
Here's the thing. It's not a bad book. I want to write this again. Like, I want to fix this. Yeah. The problem is that I spent so much time on it, and it completely spiraled out of control and became insane because I had no idea what I was doing, and I had no idea how to write a book.
On the top left of that, what was that where it just says "what" with an arrow?
I think I'm trying to figure out what caused the financial crisis between 2011 and 2029. I guess COVID was the answer. I predicted COVID according to this timeline. Fantastic. I did that by accident. Awesome. Okay, so there was a huge financial crisis. I'm looking at this timeline. So basically, in this universe, they made a movie it was called Star Rebellion. It was basically just Star Wars. And the guy who played Luke Skywalker in that movie thinks he's the actual reincarnation of Luke Skywalker. And that's why he's trying to become president so that he can be President Luke Skywalker, start World War III, and he's going to reconnect. He's going to connect with the ancestral root system contained under whatever desert. It's like the oldest tree that ever lived, but it's actually the first tree that ever grew on this planet, and it contains the soul of the goddess. And if he basically kills everybody else and unites with the tree, he'll become functionally immortal. And these kids are trying to stop him from starting World War III, starting a nuclear holocaust, by committing cheeky acts of terrorism that humiliate the government, which previously was considered infallible, because the only viable job right now is acting as a security. Basically, like half the population is working as security guards. Like you go to the mall and it's just security guards. You go to school and there's just security guards anywhere. Everyone's so fucking obsessed with like Patriot Act security that it's just like, yeah, you just join the fucking forces and you make sure nobody does anything else. And so everybody's been like convinced they're like, it's like total surveillance at all times. They're like, oh, you couldn't be a terrorist anymore. You'd be caught immediately. And these kids just drive around the country blowing up buildings and fucking around. And everyone's like, wait, are we not as secure as we thought? This is a little weird. They're like, yeah, you can just do anything. It doesn't matter. Like,
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so these 2 kids,
I would read this.
They're trying to inspire everybody else. They're like, yeah, just go start blowing shit up. Like, who cares? Like, they've convinced you that the government is this infallible, like, all-knowing thing. And it's like, nah, like, you can just fuck around. I don't know. And then they kidnap the president's daughter, who's a pop star, and they force her to become the leader of their terrorist organization and make like little videos encouraging everybody to become bombers. So, yeah. So the reason this is embarrassing is because I thought anyone would publish it. That's part of it. is that I sent the book to like actual publishers and I said, "Hey, I wrote a book. It's about two straight
Oh my God.
kids who blow up high schools." And they went, "We only publish books about like little black kids falling in love. What are you talking about?"
You
And
could
I'm
have
like,
started blowing up. You could have done like the Ted Kaczynski thing and started blowing them up until they published your book about blowing things up.
yeah, well, I was like, look, I know it's a long shot, but this is a pretty fun thing here. Also, every chapter of the book, so I guess we can open the book. Do I got to share screen or something?
No, I can open it.
You probably would have gotten a cease and desist just for the use of Star Wars references because that couple that named their kid Luke Skywalker got a, they were forced to not do that by Disney.
Thankfully, it's a nice analog for Star Wars. So basically, in this universe, the L. Ron Hubbard of this universe, he used to write these shitty sci-fi novels. That was L. Ron Hubbard did. But one of them, he later told everybody, he's like, "Oh, that one I wrote, that like Star Wars thing, that's actually the history of the universe right there." So every chapter starts with an excerpt from this foundational Scientology novel that and again, so the president thinks he's the reincarnation of Luke Skywalker. It turns out our main character may actually be the reincarnation of Luke Skywalker. So it's kind of like they're fighting over who is the chosen one, and that's why he has to kill the president. Anyway,
shit.
I'm trying to see, but it's also a lot of like shoegazing bullshit, teenage angst, trash. I'm trying to find a. See, that's trash. Oh, whatever. Just skip past that. A lot of talking about jerking off.
I wrote a similar thing, but I was a freshman in high school, and I turned it in as an assignment. And it was supposed to be the idea that I had was I felt like we had, I just learned about Columbine and like the ins and outs of it, and I felt like they were kind of like making the two Columbine kids into like martyrs.
Yeah.
So I wrote.
Yeah, this is definitely like pro Columbine, I would say.
Yeah. So I wrote it from the perspective of somebody trying to stop the shooting, and that the kid was just like an unrepentant piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I got in so much fucking trouble. They had me they called my parents down to like rush them to the high school to talk to them, and made sure that there was no guns in the house.
I had some of those one time when I was a kid, right when Columbine happened, all the teachers started looking at you differently, right? Especially if you wore like band t-shirts and shit.
Right.
But I used to like draw stuff. I was in elementary school, and I would draw like those snowmen, like from Calvin and Hobbes, with knives sticking out of their heads and X's for eyes and blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they made my parents come in and talk to the guidance counselor, and they're like, "Vito won't stop drawing snowmen like with knives sticking out of them." And it's like, well, yeah, because he read fucking Calvin and Hobbes, man. All right, I will say probably the most embarrassing part is where there's one chapter. Let me find it. There's one chapter where the one character tries to. Let's see. Okay, go to page 303, maybe 304.
304.
Yeah, hit Control F, maybe. I'll say if I finish,
I didn't do anything.
I might need to take this part out where he I don't know, starts pontificate. It's just a shitty chapter.
You said 304. You said.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even know if it's interesting to read it. It's just
the
like
whole point is it's supposed to be bad, and everything that you've shown us tonight is blowing it out of the fucking park. So
yeah, it's all good. This is all good. This is like, Ping Trip was the ultimate example of this last episode when we had Ping Trip on. It was like the most embarrassing thing he had that he could find was better than anything I've ever done.
I mean, I think I delete anything that really sucks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what really sucks.
There was a couple of things I tried to delete on our old Sketch Comedy YouTube channel, but I'm locked out of that Google account and YouTube account, so it's just stuck up there.
See, like, so the other problem is some of the shit that like is like embarrassing. It's just like embarrassing on a technical level where I'm like, you can't. The audio fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So just watching it would be like terrible to even try and get through it. You know.
You know what's so fucking weird? I like that echo. It wanes in and out, and it's not bad, but it's like definitely not how I want the show to sound. Like,
yeah, it's got to be.
And now it's you. Now it's you. Vito's is gone. It's you, Chris. And it's got to be weird. Something with the fucking. It has to be something with this video ninja.
All right. So should I read this?
Yeah.
All right. So this is at the part. What has happened at this point in the book? Let's see here. This is just after they have visited their hacker friend who has hacked YouTube so that every YouTube video watched within a 3-minute window will download along with it. Because of the way the internet is structured, people have begun downloading internet videos again because like your internet goes in and out because the networks are over trafficked and unstable. So for a 3-minute window, everybody who downloads a YouTube video will receive a package containing their version of their manifesto, their declaration of intent, which means it goes out to like 10 bajillion people because 3 minutes of YouTube is a lot. So this is them afterwards. They've left that man's house, having successfully hacked the interwebs, and he's asking, well, what are we doing? So the idea is like one kid is like, look, I got this. We're going to do terrorism. The other kid's like, I am just here for the ride. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. So he asks him, he goes, what do we stand for? And Greg says, well, here's my theory. I say all of the world's ills can be traced back to one event in American history, the creation of the atom bomb. Think about it, how the world changed in the wake of Hiroshima. The course of human history altered forever. To end a war, we built the worst weapon we've ever seen. We stole fire from the gods, and in the process, we accidentally killed the old bastard himself. And then pontificates on how the atom bomb is responsible for the decline of religion. The atom bomb is what destroyed a religion. What's the purpose of God once man has the power to bring about his own extinction? Who needs 40 days of rain when we can simply press a button and trigger Armageddon? The bomb was the confirmation of our greatest fear. It proves that man is alone in the universe and there is no higher power to save us from ourselves. The other character goes, but there's more religious nuts now than ever. There's Muslims and neo-Christians and whatever else, because there's nowhere else for them to turn. Remember, at the turn of the century, atheism enjoyed a brief second of popularity, but that was while America was still fat and happy. After the fall, it's no surprises that the masses retreated back into their temples. The people are poor and hungry and hopeless. And then the other character's like, well, why do you think people need religion? Religion doesn't need to be a gray-bearded man in the sky telling us what days to eat pork. It's simply a doctrine which binds us. Patriotism can act as a fine religion when necessary. Humanity is a collective. People cannot exist solely as individuals. They need purpose, a sense of belonging, something to believe in. The problem of the bomb is not that it killed God. God was destined to die. The problem is that those who pulled the trigger did not have the decency to bury the body. America built the bomb. It was up to us to dismantle the old religions, to bring about a new era of humanity, but we were so blinded by the spoils of war to even notice God's corpse. This was the greatest economic boom of our history. We'd rained down holy fire on our enemies and grown rich in the process. And in the midst of the celebration, the leaders of America climbed atop God's bloated corpse, hoping to unite the world under their chosen faith of capitalism. So then it goes on to explain why capitalism is a religion.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
This is so up its own ass.
Right.
It's like I love this type of shit.
Terrible.
I've read
it's well written, but
9
it's up its own
Chuck
ass.
Palahniuk books. And they all read exactly like this, where it's just completely just making blanket statements about how things are and how they ought to be, and without any real
and nothing's happening in the scene. They're just riding around in a car, just going on,
yelling
on,
at each
on.
other.
And I kind of hope, here's the problem with writing stuff like this, is you kind of hope where you go, listen, this is coming from like a stupid teenage kid. It has to be kind of stupid, right?
Right.
But like I had buddies read it and they're like, what the fuck was that chapter? And you go, I was just trying to, have him say some stuff. I don't fucking know, man.
But it
and that's
works as like a fucking angst-ridden teen who's trying to like put together
trying to
his
make
world
sense
view.
of what's going on. Yeah, exactly. So maybe it does work. I just need to find a way to like implement it a little less.
I think
the problem is it's a whole chapter devoted to that.
I think you need to break it up a little bit.
Yeah,
I think the conversation, and maybe I'm stupid, but the conversation about God being dead should be like at one point, and then you kind of call back to it, and then you talk about
capitalism a little later.
Yeah, a little later. Instead of having it all be one chapter, it might be a little dense for people.
I would take the about 2 paragraphs of that right there about capitalism and just cut and paste that to Tumblr.
I probably should. It's one of those things where you go back and you read it and you're like, I don't know what it is. I don't remember.
Yeah, you got to get some of your leftist cred back.
Yeah, I might have to. I just want to go
where's the
back
MAGA hat, by the way?
I got to get more of them. I have 2 of them. People need to send me more MAGA hats. I got to get all the different variations of MAGA hats that are out there.
Collect them all.
Yeah. So the more as I think when I read back through this, the problem is there's a lot of nothing happening and a lot of people talking.
Yeah.
So my plan was like, if I ever did rewrite this, I just got to like beat my way through it and a little less talky.
Right.
It's a lot of meeting people and hearing their story, but I don't know. See, I need somebody to. I got to figure it out. Also, the ending is terrible. I got to fix the ending, and it's book 1 of 2. That's the other problem. So not only did I spend 10 years on it, but it's only half a story.
Did you ever write book 2 or?
I started writing book 2. I had a hard drive crash and I lost whatever. I lost a lot of stuff, but it is the kind of thing. I'll say this. I mean, look, who knows if this video gets published. Book 1 ends with they're like, oh, we failed. We failed to. They try to blow up Ellis Island, right? And they're like, well. He's like, why don't we blow up the Statue of Liberty? He's like, there's way too much security there. Let's blow up Ellis Island right off the shores of New York. It's the gateway through which immigrants came to America. It's symbolic to blow it up. And they failed. They're stopped by the president's lapdog, who's like an ultra super soldier, who spoiler was actually masquerading as the main character's psychiatrist or guidance counselor, like keeping an eye on him in the high school. So he got a job as a guidance counselor to make sure that this potential Luke Skywalker reincarnation didn't discover his powers. So he stops them from blowing up Ellis Island. They're like, well, we failed. And they look, and the fucking Statue of Liberty explodes. And he's like, did you do that? He's like, no, did you do that? He's like, no. It's like, wait, you mean just like all this bullshit we've been putting out in the ether about how people should blow shit up? Like some dudes actually did it. It's just like a completely different group of dudes have decided to become terrorists as well. They're like, oh my God, we inspired people. This is awesome. This is happening. And then book 2 is going to be like the fallout of like, now there's like this, underground terrorist movement, all these little cells trying to like sow discord in America, trying to like blow shit up.
Yeah, I think this could work as like a good book.
It's interesting.
No, I love the premise.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Look, I don't know if fun's the right word. It went through my head for a long time. If I ever complete it, it will be the creative project that I've wasted the most amount of my human life on. But it's got potential. It's just it should not have taken me 10 years to write it, and it should probably be a little less I don't know. I got to figure out exactly what's wrong with it. But again, I finished it in 2016. Nobody would publish it. I wasn't comfortable self-publishing it because I wanted to do a bunch of like rewrites. And then I just kind of set it aside. It's almost been 10 years since then. It's crazy. I guess I finished it in 2016, and then 2017 I fell into YouTube. And I'm like, well, fuck books. Now I make YouTube videos. But
I didn't make comic books, yeah.
So I guess this is my great failure, is this unfinished magnum opus.
And that's why it's embarrassing, is that it's like you invest all yourself into a thing and then you just kind of let it linger. And you go, I'll get back to it. It'll happen.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
I've definitely done similar things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is that, like, you reach a certain point where you're like, you don't know where to go, where you're like, well, am I really going to commit, more of my time to writing this thing when I know the American publishing industry? Here's the thing. I could never get this published ever unless I made them trans and set it in the magical far-off land of Farnakia or whatever. Actually, if I just said the main character
is Trump's
Trump,
America now, baby.
I was gonna say,
good.
if I told the publisher it's about killing like Donald Trump, they'd be like, "Oh, cool, yeah, let's do it." But I don't think I can get away with that.
You have like a pretty substantial following. You could.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is now I do. So when I wrote it, I didn't. Nobody cared, and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
with
but
it.
now after you don't put out Super Killer,
after we finish the Super Killer art experiment,
yeah, you can not
the
put
Super
this
Killer
out.
prank. Yeah,
I think there's a universe in which I want to revisit this and have a small little printing or whatever. Again, nobody reads. The other thing is, why are you writing a book? Nobody reads books.
You write a book so it becomes a movie.
I know. Well, actually, part of me was going, I wonder if I could find a guy to illustrate this, but it would drive the guy insane because it's a pretty like sweeping, expansive story. If I could do it as a graphic novel, it'd be great, but it'd be like 500 pages.
Put this couple of pages right here into a graphic novel.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is it's like way too much talky. You can't. You can't. Some of the sci-fi stuff's cool. And also, the whatever. I'm giving too many spoilers away. They stuffed the president's daughter in a vending machine, which I thought was clever. They got to get her out. She's a pop star. She's like a Miley Cyrus type pop star, and they sneak a Coke machine into her dressing room because she has an endorsement deal with the Coca-Cola company. She always has to have a Coke machine in her dressing room in case the paparazzi come through and take photos. So they hollow one out and they put that kid in there, and he bursts out of the Coke machine with a gun. He goes, "Get in the fucking Coke machine," and then that's how they wheel her out of the arena. They call it a fake bomb threat as they're wheeling her out. And I go, and the name of that chapter is "Women in Refrigerators," which is the famous Gail Simone trope. You ever hear about? Do you know that phrase, "Women in Refrigerators"?
No, I've never heard that before.
That was the idea that in comic books, all comic writers, whenever they want a character to experience growth, they'll just kill a fucking lady. Like Kyle Rayner, who was Green Lantern. It's like, oh, I like Kyle Rayner. He's a pretty cool guy. And then a villain killed his girlfriend and stuffed her in a fridge. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stuff a lady in a fridge in my book. Ha, a little reference there. Anyway, I thought that was clever. That was me being clever. Hey, kitty cat. So yeah, they get her out of there, and then they blow some shit up. I'm looking at this fucking timeline. I don't even remember. I guess the Chinese take over New York.
The Chinese take over New York?
Yeah, well, yeah, Chinatown is like expanded to just, they legalize gambling, and then all the Chinese people just move to New York to play fucking slot machines and pachinko. And Chinatown has just become like Las Vegas. I'm trying to remember all these factions. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about all this.
I would play a real-time strategy game based on this too, like a Command and Conquer.
Yeah. There's a bunch of guys with drones and whatever. Now I'm getting lost in the weeds. Anyway, that's my stupid book.
All right.
I love talking
good.
about it. Yeah, well, it's a good premise. If you read it, you'd be like,
I do like the premise.
Well, now you have a copy, so you can tell.
Yeah, I think I might go through that, and
it is long. It is like yeah. Read a little bit. Read a couple chapters. The problem is the first act is just him in high school being like a
getting
dopey
bullied.
high school kid. Yeah, getting bullied, being a loser.
And
he meets this cool kid from Hollywood
who's like, let's build bombs.
Whose dad might have directed Star Wars. Oh, it's all
George
connected.
Lucas. I'm gonna copy and paste this into an AI and have it read it to me in Weird Al Yankovic's voice every night while I fall asleep.
It all comes back to Star Wars, man. That's the foundational myth of our universe.
All right.
Fucking empire.
I got one thing that I just found that I could read, and then we have one super chat.
We need a poetry from John Stinger at this point.
Yeah, we need poetry from this is the
John's
worst part of
poetry
this
stinger.
fucking show. So this one's called Shipwrecks and Unmade Beds.
Oh boy.
My words can be just as potent and poison as your death-soaked lips, with every lie you seal tight with a kiss. I've never felt so incomplete than with you sleeping on the far side of my bed. These sheets are an ocean, and this pillow is the weight, tied tight around my waist, weighing me down as the tide pulls me in and under. I don't understand why I went with waist and not neck. Because
Well,
what's the pillow doing by my waist? Am I fucking the pillow? Is that what I'm trying to say?
I think it worked.
Or you're holding the pillow for comfort, maybe.
Maybe.
Like
And
an
now
anime
I'm
pillow.
and now I'm calling out for an answer, and you are leaving me guessing all of the wrong choices that are meant to break hearts. God, this sucks. I'm gasping for breath. You're holding me under. The sky's turning black. I'm hearing thunder. But it's nothing compared to the deafening silence of this lonely bed of two.
That's beautiful.
And that's it.
That's beautiful.
That's the music was worse than the poetry. That last time I found something good, that was terrible. Sorry about that.
All right.
I've learned a lot. I didn't realize we could do audio.
Oh yeah, we could do audio.
I just had a thing in the chat, but again, I don't know if it's embarrassing. Again, it's like another thing I never. Well, I can't really rap, so you guys want to hear a rap?
Yeah.
All right, I sent it in the chat.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be rapping on the Overdose album about spaghetti.
Yeah, I've had this Pokemon rap written for like a long time, and I keep meaning to do something with it. And again, all my embarrassment is like having ideas and doing nothing with them. I was like, I'm gonna make a music video. It's gonna be so good. I just gotta fucking do it. But you guys should tell me. I think the hook's pretty bad.
1 second.
I sent it in the chat here.
Yeah, I got it.
Platform.
I'm just sharing the screen now.
Look at that nice picture of me. I liked that jacket.
Follow Vito Gesualdi 1 on
No,
SoundCloud.
don't. There's nothing there. So, I don't even know why I left this up.
Bring it up.
Vito Gesualdi was already taken.
What up, Kanto? Y'all ready for this? Alright. Do this shit. Hey, yo, it's Ash. About to smash on this track. Been a long damn time, but bitch, now I'm back with a sack full of Pokeballs. I ain't no motherfucker, bitch, I caught 'em all. I got Mewtwo, I got Dragonite. Now I'm blowing up the rap game like dynamite. Rhyme so tight, you'll be begging for more. Fuck with me, I'll beat you harder than the Elite Four. Try to step to me, it'll be a disaster. You really wanna fuck with a Pokemon master? Your team's a joke, dumber than a slow poke. Motherfuckers wanna act like they forgot about Oak. Chart isn't like the spliff, cause we keep it hot. Busy getting higher than a Pidgeot. Beats don't stop, hitting hard like a mallet. Fuck Compton, bitch, I'm reppin' Pallet, yeah. We do this like this, this is the Pokemon rap. It ain't too hard,
This
bitch,
hook is
nah, it's a
terrible.
Pokemon snap. And we ain't gonna stop before we see the dawn. Gotta catch all of the
I do think this part is good though. This is my favorite part.
I'm a
Poison
pussy
rock.
detective. When I shoot my load, it's super effective. Joy or Jenny, depends on my mood, but they both get me harder than a Geodude. My rhymes is crude. I ain't hooked on phonics. My 28-foot snake, you can call it Onyx, demonic. But you can't get enough. Pass the chronic so I can take a jiggly puff. Sometimes I get so high that you can't understand me. I shoot hyper potion and snort red candy. A man of words, I ain't a fan of violence. Like Mr. Mime, I'll stun you into silence. Call me Tony Danza, cause I'm the boss. You come up in my dodge and you get seismic tossed. Bitch, you never should have messed with pewter. You the condemned, I'm the executor. Yeah, we do it just like this. This is the Pokemon.
This is genuinely making me cringe.
It ain't
I'm
too hard to
genuinely-
recognize Pokemon Snap.
The hook is a little tough.
Before we see the dawn, gotta catch all of the motherfucking Pokemon. Hey, yo, it's Misty. You know that you missed me since 1998. I've been keeping it crispy. Diss me and you best back it up. Put a bullet in your head, hide you under the truck. I'm the mistress of water, Poseidon's daughter. Sting like a Beedrill, float like a haunter. You think you're cool? Bitch, let's see you starter. Charmander, bitch, you just can't fodder. Try to step to me, kid, you ain't too sharp. You couldn't make a splash if you was Magikarp. Trainers want my badge, they better bring an army. Catch a hydro pump from my ninja Starmie. Fuck with my science, you're gonna get wrecked. Take a picture of you crying from my Pokedex. Straight player. Pokeballs in my pocket. Me and my boys blasting off a Team Rocket. Yeah. We do
Oh,
it
yeah.
just like this is
Yeah.
Pokemon rap. It ain't
The
too
hook is
hard to
hilarious.
deny it's a Pokemon Snap.
That's a
And
good
we
one.
ain't gonna stop before we see the dawn. Gotta catch all of them motherfucking Pokemon. Go that shoot
Hell
top
yeah.
rock.
They talk to each other. God damn it.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
That was
That's
good.
good and embarrassing.
Oh man.
Thank you.
Do you have time to just for me to read this one super chat that we got?
Yeah, I think I got time.
All right. Warski Felted. Give this money to Vito and have 10 beers for Warski's alcoholism. And that was it.
That's
There we
beautiful.
go.
This is on YouTube right now? You guys are live?
Yeah, we're live.
Twitch.
Now I can die.
Can't find
Now
it
my
on
life
YouTube
is
for some
finally
reason.
complete.
John Breaks Bad News channel.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll be reposted to the Most Embarrassing Show Spotify and YouTube.
Oh, there
and
it is.
All the
Yeah,
RSS
yeah.
feeds.
All right. Well, it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I had a good time.
Looks like we fixed the echo by the end of it, which is good.
It was just kind of slipping in and out. Like, I don't understand how it could be on anybody's end if it starts and then stops without me doing
I
it.
didn't hear echo from anybody, so I don't know.
I didn't hear anything either, so we'll have to look at it and see. I think something's getting doubled up between here and OBS, but
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. We'll look at it. We'll figure it out.
Because right now you're echoing.
Oh, God. I'm not hearing it, though, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah, Vito and
Anyway,
I
guys,
probably
it's been
both
fun. I
can't
do have
hear
to
each
head
other.
out. Biggest problem in the universe this
Yes.
Friday, youtube.com/biggest problem. And Super Killer is coming, man. It's looking good. That's all I can say. Slow, but good. And hopefully it'll be faster soon.
Word.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Good
I'm
luck.
excited for Super Killer.
Thank you.
I am
Okay,
too.
if I leave?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a great night.
Yeah, well, it's I think we're done here. Thanks again for coming, Vito.
Thanks again.
Bye bye.
Salute.
All right, I'm gonna play an outro song, and then
Hell yeah.
I don't think you can hear it though.
Oh, that's fine. Shootmyass.com, John Breaks Bad News on all platforms. Have a good night, everybody.
Love
And,
you.
Oh yeah, it's the Pokemon rap.
Have a good night, Chris.
Night, John.
I would literally not be able to finish my dinner. if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys.
That's it. Goodbye, everybody.